Good morning, team. Our collaboration morning is going to feel a little bit differently, at least at the beginning this morning, because I'm doing something a little bit different called flipping the classroom, or this will be flipping the meeting, I guess, where I will be videotaping some information that I'll be placing on YouTube, and we'll be watching it. In an ideal world, we'll watch it. You would watch it the evening before so that we could get right to activities in the meeting or in the classroom, but I'll get into that in more detail here in a second. I want to go over a couple of announcements that I need to share with you so that you are in the loop. First of all, Pi Day is tomorrow. I'm sure our math teachers are very excited about Pi Day. It is March 14th. Actually, I'm sorry, today's March 14th. It's March 15th is Pi Day. The reason I'm sharing it with everyone is that our PTO will have pizza and salad down here in the main teacher's lounge for anyone to have for lunch. So make sure if you normally bring your lunch, don't come and enjoy some pie, compliments of PTO. Also, grades and report cards. I know we've been working hard on those grades. I appreciate Miss Gates' help yesterday. We had a full day sub for her to help with any grade issues that you may have, any iNow issues. And so those grades were due 5 minutes ago. If it's 8:05, that's when they were due. So I'm sure everybody have those in, and we're ready to print those report cards and have them in your mailbox tomorrow. Finally, system-to-system meeting. Next Wednesday, I'll be meeting with our English team to review our third quarter CFA results. So ELA team, keep those results coming in. I'll be compiling those, and we'll be meeting next Wednesday. I'll get you the location via email as soon as I pick one. And then math, you will be meeting after spring break. So that'll be the Wednesday after spring break will be our math system-to-system meeting. I will be meeting with the superintendent, I believe, on April 6th. So I'll be sharing our results with him there. Thank you again, though. We're just now wrapping up iStep officially. I think today's the last official iStep day. So thank you so much for all you did to make sure that iStep went smoothly and off without a hitch. It was a great experience for one and all. I wouldn't say great, but we want to keep it as positive as we can for students. My third grader, who had had his first ever iStep experience, came home the first day, and I guess he expected a little bit more than what there was. So he wasn't overly impressed with iStep, but I try to keep a positive spin on it so that he will do the best job that he can possibly do on that. Our agenda for today is what you see here. Hopefully you see here. My handwriting's not that great, but the agenda is flipped classroom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to you just for another couple minutes about that. Then I'm going to show a couple brief videos about what a flipped classroom looks like. You can use an iPad to video yourself, or you can use one of these flip cams that has a little handy-dandy flash drive that you just plug in. So it's not too complicated to do, and that's why I'm doing it, to show you that, hey, if I can do it, it can be done, definitely. And then we're going to also talk a little bit about Common Core. I know that a lot of you have met with Miss Mull about Common Core and what's on the horizon. www.corestandards.org is a nice site to visit. Answers a lot of questions about Common Core. But I've asked Kristen Bainline, who's going to do a sample lesson that would look like what our Common Core shift is going to ask us to kind of shift toward this way of teaching, and it is a different way of teaching. So that's what we're going to cover today. The flipped classroom, a great teacher tool to use, and then Common Core, what a Common Core classroom is going to look like. So we think it's going to be action-packed, so it's going to give you plenty of time to table talk about what you're experiencing, what you're seeing, and in different ways we can educate students. We can either be on the forefront or be the caboose. I don't want to be the caboose. I would rather be out there trailblazing different ideas that help students. Because the worst thing can happen, we can find out it doesn't help, and we can try something else. So that's what I want you to have, hopefully, is an open mind and be able to adjust your teaching and learning to fit the needs of all students. Again, what I'd like to ask, though, if anyone is interested in flipping their classroom, I'm going to put a an action research team together. That's what I'm calling it. And essentially all that is whoever would like to experiment with it will either get a flip cam or an iPad. If you already have an iPad, that's great. If you don't have either, I'm going to get you a flip cam, and we're going to get you any training you need to download it or upload it to YouTube. That's where this currently is. And again, it's not complicated. I did it in about 30 minutes over the weekend. So if you are interested, come and see me or email me. I'd like, 4 or 5 teachers. If we have more, that's great. But we're going to experiment with this, and we're going to see, the research piece will be, does it improve student results? Do we have some students who maybe had not done that great a job improve over the course of flipping your classroom? So the details, I could make this video 40 minutes long if I wanted to, but I'm not going to with the details. There's a teacher in North Carolina named Katie Gimbar, who's about a 5th-year math teacher. She's got her classrooms flipped. She's got many brief video tutorials out there, all of them under 10 minutes. It's not a 50-minute situation. And essentially what she does is her lecture piece is online. And then once the students come into class, they've already had that piece. As a teacher, you probably repeat the same thing 5 or 6 times. When you video it one time, that's it. Students come into the class, so the homework is essentially watching the video. The activity then gives you full 50 minutes to get into the activity, the lesson that you want to have them do, and you become a true facilitator. So that's it in a nutshell. But we're going to watch a couple more videos actually right now. So hopefully you enjoy it. Grab a donut, and we will experience a flipped classroom. Here we go.